This video goes with Kittel and Hoffer's Biblical Hebrew Lesson 24, and we'll be focusing on participles. Let's begin by pronouncing our sentence. Ani ve'ha'isha hazeh yoshvot b'vayit echad. Ani ve'ha'isha hazeh yoshvot b'vayit echad. Right, now we can do most of this sentence actually quite easily. So first we have ani, vocabulary word. This is one of our independent personal pronouns, meaning I. Ve, ha, isha, just vav plus definite article plus our vocabulary word, and the woman. Then hazeh means this. Now what's the relationship of ve, ha, isha and hazeh? Of course, this is an attributive relationship. The adjective, hazeh, comes after the noun, haisha, and it agrees with it in definiteness. So, if you put the whole phrase together, then v'haisha hazeh and this woman. Alright, let's put those in place. And let's look at bavayit. So what is bavayit? Well, bavayit is a compound word made up of the noun vayit, or bayit, plus a bet preposition, so bavayit. So this means, of course, in a house. Notice that the shva under the bet preposition means that this is not definite, it's an indefinite house. So in a house, not in the house, which would be bavayit, rather than bavayit. Alright, and this last word is an adjective meaning one. So the relationship of these words, bavayit echad, let's actually, officially it's ambiguous in the sense that it could be attributive, since it comes after and it agrees in definiteness. Technically it also could be predicative, since sometimes predicative adjectives can come after the noun, and since in this case neither of them is definite, predicative is possible, but in this prepositional phrase, this will be an adjective that is attributive. So, bavayit echad, in one house. Alright, so now we've got almost our whole sentence translated. The only thing left is this word, yoshvot. Now, in order to translate this word, we need to talk briefly about participles. You've seen all of this before, but let's do it officially. Participle form for in the cal, active participle, for our strong root pakad is pokad. Notice this O vowel and this E vowel, pokad. To make the plural, then we can use our noun and adjective endings. So masculine plural, pokdim. Notice our eem ending, just like on nouns, and our O class vowel, po. The tsere here has reduced because of vowel reduction rules. Our feminine then is pokada. This is just our noun ending, feminine noun ending, a. And again, we still have our O class vowel, and the tsere again is reduced, pokada. And then feminine plural, pokadot. This is our standard feminine plural noun and adjective ending, and again our O class vowel, and the tsere is reduced. So pokad, pokadim, pokada, pokadot. Now we should note that there is an alternative form of the feminine singular participle. So rather than pokada, the participle could be pokedet. Note here that you have the O class vowel, but you have a segulation, pokedet. Many nouns will, many participles will form in both of these ways, so we can't distinguish among roots. These are just alternate forms. So the strong root pakad, the feminine singular participle can be pokada, it can be pokedet. Alright, so let's look at a couple of other examples. So amar, the masculine participle, omer, omrim, feminine, omra, omerot. The alternative form, omeret. Nofel, noflim, nofla, nofelot. And of course, nofelet. So this is how the participle works for strong roots. In the case of the participle, there's almost nothing irregular. There's hardly any roots that are irregular in the participle. The one case in which we have irregular participle is the middle week, and so we can use our example root cum. Cum in the masculine singular participle is kam, and then we can simply follow the change the endings for the rest of our forms. Kamim. Notice that the comments does not need to reduce here because it's pretonic. Kama and kamot. So here's the participle form. Notice the a class vowel in all cases, and so once you remember that the participle of middle week is an a is a comment, then the other forms just fall in place. One thing that's a little tricky about this is we notice that there are similarities between the participle and the affix of middle weeks. And when I say similarities, I mean, in fact, the participle masculine singular, com, and the affix third masculine singular, com, are exactly the same. They're indistinguishable without context, and often they are indistinguishable with context. And so it's left to the interpreter. So participle and affix masculine are the same, com, in both cases. We also have the participle feminine singular, kama, and the affix third feminine singular, kama. Notice the difference here is the stress on the first syllable of the affix, where it's on the second syllable of the participle. So kama, participle, kama, affix. Very fine distinction. Now, participles can be used as verbal adjectives. So they connote an action that the noun is doing, but they're used like adjectives. So they can be, like our adjectives, attributive. In this case, they agree with the noun and come after it. So ha'ish, ha'holech. Here our participle ha'holech comes after the noun ha'ish, and they both have definite article. So the walking man. One could also translate this as the man who walks or the man who is walking. The trick is to translate it in a way in which the participle modifies the noun and does not turn it into a complete sentence. So the walking man and the man who walks are essentially the same expression. It can also be predicative. In this case, normally, though not always, the participle will come before the noun, and the participle will never have the definite article in this case. So, holech ha'ish, this is predicative, the man is walking. Remember, a predicative makes a complete sentence. So here, holech is actually functioning as the verb in this phrase. Holech ha'ish, the man is walking. Finally, they can be substantive, which means that the participle itself functions as a noun. So we could just have ha-holech, and this means the walking one, or the walker, or something like that. Okay, now we can come back to our verb in this sentence, yoshavot. Notice that we have the O class vowel here of the kal participle, and we also have here an O class vowel, ot. This word looks a little strange to us, but all it actually is yoshavot with the fully written form. This is our feminine plural, ot. The form we have in our sentence is actually written defectively, but this is what it is in a fully written form. So, we can then parse. Our root, of course, is yeshav. This is a kal active participle, and the od ending tells us it's feminine plural, and there are no special features here. So if we were to translate, then are living, and if and the people who are living are feminine. So now we can come back and translate our sentence. Ani v'haisha hazeh yoshvot b'vayit echad. This woman and I are living in one house. Or possibly one could translate echad a little more freely. This woman and I are living in the same house. Alright, that's it for this lesson. Do the exercises in the book. Keep going on Genesis 28, and I will see you in class.